So now I've got my grid. My grid has got 3 squares across, which are 3 centimeters wide, and 4 squares down, which are 3.5 centimeters. I now have to use what I've learned for a gridded enlargement to enlarge this picture onto here. So I put this on a bit of spare paper for you to see it. So if you remember, this big box was 9 by 14. So we're going to double that. So we're going to do a box on here, which isn't 9 by 14, but is 18 by double 14, which is 28. Just fits on. 18 by 28. So that's obviously double the size of that, so that would fit in there 4 times. So the next thing is to do the grid. So if these are 3 centimeters on here wide, they are going to be 6 centimeters on here. So 6, 12, 18. Same on the bottom. 6, 12, 18. Draw your grid. Very similar to the way you've done it for the gridded enlargement. For the self-portrait you did, again, these are 3.5, so they need to be double the size, but they need to be 7. So again, 7, 14, 21, 28. Same here. 7, 14, 21, 28. So this is my grid. So I have exactly the same number of squares on this one for my painting as I do on my tracing, which I'm going to enlarge. One tip, I suggest you do the grid very light. As long as you can see it, you can then use it to draw what you see in each box. The reason why you should do it very light is what you don't want is the pencil showing through the paint. So if you paint in yellow, the pencil will show through. If you work very lightly, you'll be able to see it, but when you've painted it, the person who looks at the painting won't be able to see it. I've just pressed hard so you can see it closely and easily on the video. And then it's a case of using what you've done before. So in box 1-1, I see this top of the stick sticking out the glass. In box 1-2, I see this top part of the blind. And you are going to go and draw whatever you see in each box as accurately as you can. The more time you spend on it, the better the quality the enlargement is going to be. And you then are going to be in a position where you are going to have a good quality drawing on which to paint. So that's what you need to finish it off. The last thing you need to do, ready for next lesson, when you have finished the drawing, is you need to bring in your paints and brushes. But the other thing you will need to do is these photographs you've worked from today will not be available to you. So your homework also, print out the picture, whichever number it is, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, whichever number it is, print out the picture you need to paint from as big as possible. So this version is bigger than the pictures you've used in class, printed out on a full A4 sheet, and basically There's lots of detail in that to be able to get a good detailed painting for when we start painting. So that's what you need to do today. You're using your skills from doing a gridded enlargement to transfer the image or the composition you've selected onto a piece of paper which is doubling the size, ready to produce your painting. Take your time, work accurately, put much more detail, even more than I've managed to put in, but you don't need to add any shading.